Moab, a land John Wayne once described as the very image of the West. Here, red rock and blue water, towering bluffs, and rippled expanses all act to frame adventure of momentous proportion. And the winter months do little to cool the adrenaline that runs through the heart of this southern Utah destination.
The mild climate actually provides a lot of hiking and mountain biking and getting up in the mountains and doing some kind of winter sports and sledding and snowmobiling. So hotel rooms are cheaper, there's not as many crowds, and it's a nice place to come relax.
Even in the winter, on a day like this when it's beautiful outside and there isn't snow on the ground, there's great mountain biking and great hiking. You can go up into the LaSalles and go snowshoeing. You can still go hiking in the desert. It's a lot of fun. The desert just takes on a whole different look and feel.
Brett Edge knows a lot about that look and feel. As a photographer, he's responsible for some of the most iconic images of these lands. But he also does photography tours, something I had never done before, and it gave me a very different appreciation for Moab and the surrounding area.
We do offer photo tours, private and group, and during those we can do either a half day or a full day with the client out in the national parks and in the state parks, helping them to see the landscape in the right light at the right times at the right locations, and with professional one-on-one personalized instruction while we're out in the field. It's very enjoyable for me to help someone realize their creative vision.
It's definitely a unique experience, and the images you come back with are worth showing off to friends. While the photo tour was a new and memorable experience, no trip to Moab would be complete without some cycling. I headed over to Poison Spider Bike Rentals to see what I could find.
Poison Spider Bicycles is one of the premier bike shops in Moab. It's the very first shop that you come to as you enter town, coming from I-70.
Slick rock riding is what people think of when they come to Moab, but Cullen and Beth, two of the guides at Poison Spider, know there's a lot more than just slick rock out here, and wanted to give me a little taste of all of it.
The mountain biking terrain around Moab is, as many people know it, it's world class. We have everything from beginner style riding out here at the Bar M trails, as well as very advanced riding such as Porcupine Rim.
Porcupine Rim is a rugged downhill trail mostly. It starts high in the mountains. It's actually, we call it the whole enchilada to ride all the trails above the Porcupine Rim, above 11,000 feet all the way back to town around 4,000 feet.
Porcupine Rim sounds fun, but a bit above my skill level, so we decide to hit something a bit less expert. The name of the trail, however, made me question just how bad of a rider they actually thought I was.
The trail that we're going to be riding right now is Lazy, which is right behind us here. Lazy is a great introductory family ride that anyone can come out and do with a mountain bike.
Lazy. Okay, well, at least I can't get in any trouble, right? After a couple hours of riding, I can really see why Moab has become such a renowned destination for mountain biking. I've jeeped these areas and ATV'd here as well, but this was my first trip by cycle. It was so similar and yet so different at the same time. It just goes to show there is no one way to experience Moab. After a day of riding, two things are usually on your mind: eating and sleeping, in that order. Now, there are a lot of restaurants to choose from in Moab, but if you want the atmosphere of your meal to match the adventure of your day, Moab Brewery won't disappoint.
Moab Brewery's been here since 1996. It's a 325-seat restaurant. It's the largest restaurant in Moab. We're the only on-site microbrewery in Moab.
The behind the scenes of this place is worth a look too, as they ship out different beers all over the world from this one spot in Utah. Even with everything I was able to do, I still didn't have enough hours in the day to get more than a cursory experience of Moab. There are still the LaSalle Mountains for snowmobiling or rock climbing on the cliffs of the Colorado. I guess I'll just have to book an extra day to really get to know the area, and lucky for me, this is the right time of year to do it.
The hotels are all a lot less expensive. They have their winter rates. You know, you don't have to fight with crowds. You can go to Delicate Arch and be the only person up there as opposed to being up there with, 200 or 300 other people.
Go out and play on the rocks, and then head on in and get a nice cold beer at the end of the day.
Why not? It's a really great place to get a good dose of sun and get a big smile on your face.
If you haven't experienced Moab, there is something for everyone down here. Even if mountain biking isn't your cup of tea, there's lots to do.
Moab really is a beautiful place to spend the holidays.
We'd like to thank Poison Spider Bike Rentals and Brett Edge Photography for taking me out today and showing me just some of the great activities you can have if you choose to make this your destination. Now, for those of you who don't know where Moab is, it's really easy to find. It's right off of US Interstate 70, and you go south on Highway 191, and it's just about 25 miles south of that. It's really easy to find, and it's a wonderful place. Well, Merry Christmas. I'm gonna finish up my bike ride. Why don't you check back up with Chad and Rhea? And what are you guys doing?